So, I don't know. I have some subscribers, but I guess I haven't posted in a long time, so no one seems to be watching my videos since the other day I posted an almost 20-minute vlog. But I was thinking about it, and I guess that's okay because that gives me a lot of freedom to just talk about whatever I want and not care what anyone thinks, because once you have a ton of subscribers and people are commenting and liking and disliking, I could see that getting to a person. And I remember when I started in 2007, the first time I made a video where I showed my face and I spoke to the camera, I actually had a panic attack the next day and threw up all day long. So, I've come a long way since then, but I don't want that back. And I really do want the freedom to just be who I am and to really say what I want to say and not worry about it. I've noticed that big change in YouTube. I don't know exactly when it happened, but I had a small group of friends on there, and we actually used to meet up on another site that no longer exists called Stickcam, and we would get a private room and we would video chat with each other, and we would actually make art, and we would scan it in our printers and email it to each other, and then one of them would print it out and add to it and rescan it and send it back, and it was really, really fun. I don't have that anymore. I haven't had it in a long time. I miss it. Though I understand the actual, real life connections as opposed to simply meeting up online and video. I see YouTube, though, as such a chance to really be creative. I mean, I do so many different things. I draw, I paint, I'm getting into music, I write, I'm taking voice lessons, I always thought I had a decent singing voice, and now I'm really working on it, and I'm glad about it. And I love videography, and I take pictures, and I take video. But I've noticed this big change. I noticed that it changed, and I did a lot of research about how to get popular on YouTube, how to get more subscribers, how to get likes, and all that. And while there's tons of advice out there, there's so much stuff that was holding me back. Specifically, you have to be careful with how you film things, and you should really get a gimbal, and you don't want it shaky, and you don't want it looking like it's, moving too much, or this way and that way. You want it to be steady and smooth, Well, I don't have a gimbal, you know what? And I have a lot of other things going on, and a lot of other things that I'm into. I can't be all videographer, and I can't be all editor, and I can't be all, I spent years. The reason I had a panic attack the first time I appeared on camera is because I was a perfectionist, and I'm very sensitive. I've spent years trying to break out of perfectionism, and to have to follow a ton of rules just to be popular on YouTube, I don't want to be popular then. I have things to say. I still have a viewpoint. I still think it's valid. I still think if the right people found me, that they would relate to what I have to say. The big problem, I guess, is trying to find who those people are and trying to get them to find me. But, I'm just going to have to let fate play a role, because I'm not going to jump on that train. I'm not. And I'm not going to name any names, but I recently found a YouTuber And I was like, wow, this is somebody that she's younger than me, but she's doing what I want to do. Like, it's the closest thing that I've been thinking about doing for YouTube. And she does a lot of art, and she dresses kind of funky, and she's just really being herself and this and that. And there's nothing wrong with her. I don't want to badmouth anybody. The thing is, though, she's another one. I saw a recent upload this week. She sold out. Now she has sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? When I started on YouTube in 2007, it wasn't for business. It wasn't to make a living. YouTube was, I don't know exactly what their business plan was, but the people I met on YouTube, it was just for expression, self-expression, to meet other like-minded people, to share your art. There was somebody, I'm still subscribed to her. I don't think she's on YouTube anymore, but her channel still exists. Her name was Eagle Crow Owl, I believe. And she made these amazing short films, beautifully edited and really artistic and interesting. And I was meeting people like that were so fascinating, and they inspired me so much, and they helped me to grow. They helped me to become the person I am today. And in fact, I just commented on Susie Blue. She's the reason I ever spoke on camera. I did a thank you video to her in 2007, and I just watched a video of hers from a couple of months ago that was very sensitive and emotional, and I commented on it, and I told her how she changed my life. And I'm not kidding, she did. She totally changed my life. I don't know how she figured out the stuff she did. She figured out how to make a brand for herself on YouTube. She started in 2006. I'm trying to learn now after a bunch of people have become millionaires. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I have a lot in my life. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to make a living, outside of virtual reality. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying. I don't come from that world. I really don't. So it's hard, and it's like it just seems, I've been on this planet long enough to say that. It seems like whenever I find something that gets me excited and makes me feel like, oh, I want to be a part of that, it doesn't take long before it becomes a popularity contest, and it becomes cliquey, and I just don't fit in anymore. I'm tired of it. So I thought to myself, you know what, I still have my channel. I supposedly have a few subscribers, says 111. So maybe there are a couple of people out there that still think I'm interesting, or maybe they want to hear something different. In the last video I just posted, I made fun of people because, I was like, guys, I'm super excited. I can't wait to tell you everything, all the exciting news. I can't take it. That's not real. That is not real. Okay? There's this super polished, perfectly white, straight veneer teeth, perfect skin, perfect hair mentality that we've gotten into. And as I said earlier, I have gotten away from perfectionism. I worked years on breaking free of it, and I am not going to sell my soul and become what society says is acceptable. I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it. I'm an artist. I'm a woman that is aging every year. I'm starting to see my beauty dwindle, and I'm not sure what that means or how it'll affect my life. And I thought I was all like, so spiritual and, text message. I thought I was, so spiritual and, I don't care so much about my appearance, but it is starting to get to me. Does anyone else feel that way? I relate to who I was when I was 17. Apparently that's wrong. I don't think it is. I worked really hard on breaking perfectionism, and I also worked really hard on keeping my heart alive. That part in the movie The Breakfast Club where she says, "Your heart dies." I saw that. I saw that happening to people around me. And I didn't want it. But what I've realized is that, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters. Oh, it matters. But it matters. But living in this world, you do change no matter what you do. And I actually told a coworker that yesterday morning. I said, when I was young, if anyone said to me, like, "Oh, that's because you're young," I would have been disgusted by them and rolled my eyes, and I probably never would have spoken to them again. But what I know now is being on this earth for a certain amount of time changes you. You get scars, you get molded and shaped, and you get bumps and bruises, and your beauty starts to fade. And I don't have an answer for that. It upsets me, it makes me sad. And that's another thing, like, in this polished society of ours, what you need to do to be number one, you can't be sad. It's like, there's a pill for that. Pop it. So, I've never agreed with that. I understand that there are some people that really can't get out of their own way when it comes to emotional problems. I majored in art therapy. I understand psychological disturbances somewhat. But I would never, ever trade my periods of depression and my tears for zombie-esque, false polishing perfectionism. I just would never, ever trade it. I can sob right now if I think about enough stuff. I'll just burst into tears. And to me, that's normal. I actually had a guy that I dated years ago. Bastard he is. And he reached out to me years later, and I agreed to meet him. He was married by then. And I had my reasons. It was curiosity. It was strictly platonic at the time. And at one point in our conversation, he said to me, "Do you know why I broke up with you?" And I said, "No." And he said, "'Cause you were too sad." That's like the most shallow thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I feel things. Fucking asshole. So yeah. I've gotten flack for being sad. I have a couple of relatives. I'm kind of estranged from a lot of my family at the moment, and that's fine, because I'm so sick of the past and the patterns of psychosis that I've had to endure. But I have a couple of family members who, no matter what's going on in their lives, they put a smile on it and they walk around, "Oh my God! Oh, I love it! Oh!" And it's so phony. And I know that it's BS, and I don't know why I'm abbreviating curses when I just cursed high heaven a moment ago, but, it's phony. It's phony. And these same people that talk like that, the family members I'm referring to, it's not long after I just heard them, that I hear that, like, they're on the verge of divorce from their husband. They just had like a near violent altercation with them. So don't give me this, that you're happy all the time, that your outlook is constantly positive. I'm all for positive thinking. I'm all for gratitude. I've practiced it, and it's worked amazing things in my life. But I would be a complete and utter liar if I told you I did that all the time. I don't. I am here to tell you that it's, as far as I can see, it's impossible to do that all the time. And we can look around and we can feel like we're doing wrong because we're not making that happen all the time. But it's unrealistic and it's false. You know what I do? I get up every day and I do the best I can. Today's New Year's Day, and I woke up feeling grouchy. And I didn't want to be grouchy the first day of the year, just the symbolism alone. But I woke up grouchy. And you know what? I allowed myself to be grouchy. I said, honey, you need to be grouchy today, go for it. Just try not to bite anybody's head off. You gotta set limits. But anyway, I'm rambling on. I think I've been quiet for so long that I'm just gonna ramble on for a while. And like I said, I'm putting these videos out, whether or not anyone watches them. Because maybe one day they'll help somebody. Maybe. And plus I got a lot of cool, videos that I've shot and cool pictures. And what's the point of them if no one's gonna see them? So I'm gonna put them on this video. I'm gonna put them up. And I hope maybe somebody will watch it sometime. But anyway, Happy New Year, 2019. Remember when it was about to turn the year 2000? Oh my God. That was nearly 20 years ago. So, but feel free to party like it's 1999, and I'm gonna end this. And hopefully, it'll end up where it's meant to end up, I guess. I can't worry about it anymore. So, have a good one. Bye-bye.